Did you know dissociative identity disorder, DID, is not a mental illness? Now, I need to be really clear here. There are people who say DID is not a real condition, and that is not what I'm saying. DID is a very real condition. I'm saying DID is not a mental illness. So what is it? I'm going to suggest 3 alternative ways to view DID. First, as an injury or a wound. Describing DID as a mental illness gives an inaccurate impression that it originates organically. That is, that it arises from the body spontaneously when something isn't working correctly. But, believe it or not, DID is not the result of a malfunction of the brain. It is also not an accidental happening like a skinned knee or a stubbed toe. As we currently understand it, DID is the result of repeated and severe abuse or neglect from other people. That's an injury, not a mental illness. 2. DID is a brilliant adaptation. Now, if you have DID, you might not be experiencing it as a brilliant adaptation right now. You might think I've lost my mind or that I'm an idiot. So let me explain. Members of the system tend to specialize in what situations they respond to. So some members specialize in defending the system or body. Some members specialize in going on with life as though nothing bad has happened. Some members specialize in caretaking, and so forth. So you can imagine how helpful this is when a child has to sit down to a family meal next to their abuser who has threatened to kill them if the secret gets out. The specialization of system members minimizes the danger and harm to the child. That's incredibly adaptive to a particular and demanding set of circumstances. Of course, in the different circumstances of an adult, DID may be more disruptive than helpful. And 3, you can see DID as a heroic survival strategy. Just think about this. According to the DSM-5, DID happens by the age of 5 or 6. And what kinds of tools do 6-year-olds have for coping with these overwhelming and horrible experiences? What options for protecting themselves do they have? Little kids are too small to fight off abusers, and they can't go live somewhere else, right? They're stuck. So as I just talked about, different system members often take up different roles, and this does a couple of things. It allows children to behave as expected, whatever the situation, and because children are behaving in a desired way, they're less likely to be harmed, or the harm they experience is less than it would have been otherwise. Now, I'm not exaggerating when I say that this way of dealing with the overwhelming trauma can save a child's life. Children who aren't able to do this are the ones that don't survive. And that's why, as chaotic as DID can be for adults, I say that at the time it was a brilliant adaptation and a heroic survival strategy. You are not broken. To be clear, I am not saying that DID doesn't create complications in your life as an adult. It clearly can. But my hope is that with this video, you won't see yourself as mentally ill or broken, and you'll be able to appreciate that you're actually brilliantly adaptive and that your creative response helped you minimize the harm you experienced in dangerous circumstances. But what do you think? How do these alternative ways of viewing DID feel to you? Did this video change how you see yourself or your DID? I would love to read your comments below, and I'll respond to as many as I can. Thanks for giving me a bit of your time today. Make sure you don't miss any videos by hitting the subscribe button and turning on notifications. And your comments and likes and subscriptions really help me as a new channel, so thank you very much.